Hi, thanks for coming along this afternoon. I'm going to talk to you this afternoon about the Meads Primary School's journey to becoming a Gold National Wellbeing Award school. I thought I'd start off by telling you a little bit about me so you know who's talking to you today. So I'm the head teacher of the Meads. I've been here since September 2019. I obviously started at a good time because I managed to do a term at the Meads, and then obviously COVID struck and we went into lockdown. I've worked in a variety of leadership roles in different primary settings as well. And I'm also the designated senior mental health lead for the school, and along with being a youth mental health first aider. I'm also a parent at the school, so it gives me that perspective as well. And all of the children will tell you that I love cats as well. That's what I'm known for at school. So who are we? So we are a 1.5 form entry primary school located in East Grinstead in West Sussex. Pupil premium, with regard to that, we've got below national average. We're sitting usually between 11 and 13%. SEND is about 15%, so we're in line with national, and we're below national for English as additional language, that's 9.5%. We're also a therapeutic thinking school, so the wellbeing approach, wellbeing is really, really key for our school. So that's how all of our behaviour policy and so forth. I'm also work with Heads Up as well, so I'm one of the mastermind heads who works with Sonia Gill as part of that. And we've recently been Ofsteded in January 2024. We were really lucky, we kept our good grading, but actually a big part of our Ofsted report recognised wellbeing at the school, and that really fed into those outcomes as well. So our Ofsted report stated the following. So the school has high expectations for behaviour. These are based on the understanding of pupils, and the school has taken appropriate steps to safeguard teachers' workload and wellbeing during the period of change, because we've had quite a bit of change at the school as well. So I think, and that showed actually where the wellbeing award fitted in, where we were looking at not only the pupils' wellbeing, but it has a focus on your staff wellbeing as well. So it gives you that broader coverage of wellbeing. So why did we sign up as a school? So wellbeing is a massive part of our curriculum offer. We really think it's really important as part of our PSHE curriculum. We're a therapeutic thinking approach school. I've talked about that a minute ago. That's our behaviour policy and how we deal with behaviour within our school. Fits in really nicely with our behaviour policy, looking at the reasons why children behave the way they do. Obviously, we all saw a decline in mental health and wellbeing after the lockdowns, and it's enabled us to focus on wellbeing for all of our families, not just our pupils, but our parents as well, and for our staff as well. We really wanted that holistic approach with regard to that. So we had quite a lot on offer already before we signed up at the school. So these are pictures of our little rainbow room, which is our sensory room, which the children use completely independently, so they can go in there to have time to regulate and to be ready for their learning. I'm obviously trained as the senior mental health lead. We had an action plan already in place with wellbeing, and where we wanted to take that. Really, it just fitted in. And also we'd increased our learning mentor to being full time, because she was also HRTA, so we increased her time in order to support the children as well. We thought that was really important. So those are the things we already did, and later on, when we get to that point, I'll let you know kind of what changed when we did from the outcomes of doing the project as well. So the signing up was actually really easy. So I'm going to talk to you now about kind of how you get on board with it, because it's actually really easy. So we emailed to Teaching Times to just express an interest in taking part with it in the project, because they had contacted West Sussex schools to see if anyone was interested, and we had a look at it, looked on their website and that, and it actually felt really good for us as a school and what we needed for our children in the school. So then we completed an application form. We were really lucky. We were able at the time to use Pupil Premium and Sports Premium as well to fund it. So because of the cost of that, because we could use those, we went level 3. And actually, if you are going to do this, I would recommend level 3, because the amount of support that you get throughout the whole project is really beneficial. We were fully supported. We had our coach as well that we were able to work with. And that time to reflect regularly as a school was really, really important to us as part of the process. So then you start the process, and at the beginning we did an initial self-assessment. So we were sent the document by our coach. We went away and had a look at it, and I brought on board I was leading in this, and I brought on board a couple of members of my school leadership team, and my inclusion mentor was really pivotal in developing this as well, because obviously that pastoral role that they play in school. So we assessed where the school was against the criteria, and that's actually our assessment on there. So you can see where the red is where we thought we were at the time, that's where we self-assessed, and then the green was where we aimed to be, with the aim to get everything in the 7 or above that. So we were already, you can see, in quite a positive starting point with it because of what we already had on offer, but we really wanted to move those expectations in a really positive way and really raise the profile of it. And the bits highlighted in yellow were the bits that were enabled us, so this enabled us to identify the key areas to work on, and the bits in yellow and green were the real key areas for us as a school that we really wanted to focus on. So we used that to inform the action plan moving forward. So we met with our coach and talked about how to do it, and we started implementing the training for my inclusion mentor and I. We did the units of work, which gives you all the background information and the training that's needed for staff. It was really, really useful just to give the foundations to us as to where we were going with it. And this document also fed into the analysis as well, the evidence collected for the analysis at the end. So there was some ongoing work. So we used the analysis tool to feed into the planning tool, the action plan. So that's the one at the end that you have to do. But you're working on it, and sometimes I've written in my notes, actually, it feels like you were doing a lot of work. It sounds like you're doing a lot of work, but actually it's completely manageable because it's lots of little bits that you are doing as an ongoing, it's a working document, so it becomes completely manageable. So we were using the analysis tool to feed into the planning tool, which is the action plan. My learning mentor and I, we completed the full training provided by Teaching Times, which is brilliant. It's all there. The staff training as well. From there, you decide which staff training you want to do as part of our professional development meetings. That links to the areas to develop from the original analysis. But it was all provided by Teaching Times as well. What you need to deliver, all the slides, the training, everything was delivered. So it was a really great way forward. And actually our staff found those sessions extremely useful. They found them really interesting as well, the documents and the slides and the actual training. And you can put it into a real context with children within your classes and within your school as well. So we completed questionnaires on wellbeing for pupils, and there's an example on the screen there. Of the pupil one that we did, we collated that evidence. We did wellbeing questionnaires for staff, and we did wellbeing questionnaires for our parents as well. And they also became, and they're things that we do in school anyway, but they became part of the evidence needed at the end for the case study framework, which I will show you later. We also used it as an opportunity to develop our PSHE curriculum and to really make sure that focused on wellbeing, specific for our pupils at the school as well. So it wasn't generalised about wellbeing, it was the questionnaires fed into what actually is it that our children needed in order for us to plan that area of the curriculum. We used the analysis tool as a working document, so there was no additional plans or anything that needed to be written. That was our working document, and that fed into our school development plan last year as well. That became part of that plan. I wrote letters to parents informing what we were doing and why we were doing it, and it was embraced by our school community because they knew wellbeing was important to us anyway. So we had everyone on board with this, all the staff, the parents, the children. I did lots of assemblies about wellbeing, explained to the children what we were doing, and it came at a really good time because we work with Heads Up at the Meads, and as part of the work, and Sonia Gill's the CEO for that, and actually it fed really well into the work we were doing with her. It went hand in hand because at the time, as part of our work with Heads Up, we were also writing a new vision and values for the school, so we could combine the two to make sure that wellbeing became part of what we were looking for the children with regard to that. And then we had opportunities to meet regularly with our coach. We had Denise Williams, where we reviewed what we had done and we agreed our next steps. And we kept the working document going, and it was being adapted all the time. And it was important that was important to work with the coach in order to make sure we were moving at a really steady pace to ensure that really good progress for what we wanted for our school, because it is very personalised to your school. It's not general, it's very personal to you and what your school, your staff, your parents, your school community needs. So then we got to the end of the project, and we completed the case study framework to show all the work that we had done at the Meads and the progress that we'd made. And we used the needs analysis to write that. So the document, you get the needs analysis document, you can take from there directly into your case study. And like I said, it seemed like a lot of work, but it isn't. Because the needs analysis is used as that working document throughout. So it's lots of little and often. You're collecting the evidence as you go. So the case study framework doesn't actually take a lot of time to write at the end. And then we met with our coach to go through the final document, and then she added her statement. But this is actually my case study framework as well from my school. So it literally says, these are the key focuses, and this is what we were doing as a school and where we were taking and what the impact had been and what we had done. So again, really easy to do. So the impact of the raising attainment with wellbeing, we've really raised the profile of wellbeing at the school. It was really important anyway to us, but actually it's really taken it to that next level. And it's viewed very positively in our school. So we talk, the staff, the pupils, the parents, we talk very openly as a school community about wellbeing and mental health. It's viewed very positively for our school. We keep adapting our curriculum offer because we can have continued quite a lot of the practice of questionnaires and those sorts of documents, and we still use them to inform our curriculum offer. So every year we review for each cohort what they need as part of the PSHE curriculum. We've also worked on other areas of our school environment. So we had our little rainbow room, our sensory room, but then we've also created, these are pictures of our little swans room as well. So this is where they go, where our inclusion mentors base full time. And it's just another space of wellbeing. And the children love going there. So if they do need some support, they know this is the room to go to be with Mrs. Odie. So yeah, it just got us to review just the learning environment that we provide. So we reviewed our overall offer as well, and we keep reviewing that, making sure it's really high profile at the school. We still collect the staff people, parent voice, I've already said that. We've become a very popular school as well. And when people look around it, they do like the fact that we have this gold award for wellbeing. And it's really made us, it's just because we talk about it being an important part of our curriculum offer. And we've reviewed some of the roles within schools. So we've tweaked a few people's roles as well, so that there is more staff available within the school to talk to children about their wellbeing. We had some staff before, but actually we've increased that. And part of that staff training offer as well that we had has given a lot more staff the skills and knowledge that they've needed in order to support the children. So I haven't done a very long slide because I'm very to the point. So, but what's next for us at the Meads? Well, we're going to continue to implement the learning from the Raising Attainment Wellbeing. It's had a huge impact on our school with regard to how we support our children, what we want for the children at the school, and for our staff as well. So we're going to continue to work on that. We're going to continue to ensure the curriculum is amended as well. Like I said, it's making sure it's adapted for the cohorts that we've got in school. And we are determined to maintain our gold status for wellbeing. So we've got that status now and you get it for 3 years, but we want to maintain that because it's really important, because we think it really shows how important we view wellbeing at the Meads. That's it.